Hey everybody, it's Barbie at Nellie and Ruth Designs. Welcome back. Today I thought I would do, this is the yo-yo journal, and I thought I would do the inside cover and the pockets today. So if you'd like to join in, stick around. This has been a really fun um, collaboration with Liz over at Buttons for Brains. And I've already done, I have a past video of these pages here with this cute little journaling card. And if you'd like to go back, I'd love to have you go back and take a look at the flip through what Liz has done and what I've done so far. So I'm going to get started. I have a lot of things going on with this page. It's going to be just a nice collaged page and work with these little envelopes. So the first thing I'm going to do, I took one piece of paper this morning, and I did get quite a bit I took a 12 by 12 sheet. It's all cut up, but I wanted to add this little doily. These doilies are quite old. This, I think I have 2 or 3 together. These go back to the 1950s. These were my mom's. And what I did was on my Cricut machine, I cut out a 5-inch diameter circle from the paper. And I wanted to put that in here for a little journaling space. Then I did another circle, and then I cut that in half to put, there's the circle there, to put a half on the front here because I didn't want all the white. I am going to leave the white. I'm not going to distress it or do anything else to this. I like the contrast between what Liz has done on her page here. I did add a little butterfly this morning to Liz's page. I just thought that that would be really cute. I wanted to tie a few more colors, some reds in over here. So I added that little butterfly. So I did that, and then I went and I prepped the front of the envelopes. These are little cute little envelopes. I think these came in your creative studio. I don't remember where I got them, but I have 2 little pockets here that I will put little journaling tags in, or I may, put something else in there. But I went ahead with the same paper and I cut 2 pieces to fit here, and I've already punched the papers. So we have a clean in and out, and then I'll be collaging on these. And on the paper, the 12 by 12 paper, there were these really cool birds, and they're pretty much the same color, you can see, as the paper that I chose for the inside here. And I did want them the same. However, I think this is a little bit too busy. So I've never done this before, so this is new to me, but I have some tissue paper. And this tissue paper I just purchased. I've been still reading a lot of Jane Chip's book on different uses with tissue paper and such. Again, I have never used it in this manner where I'm going to be gluing it down. But this I purchased from the Linen Lady, a division of Details for Living Ink, acid-free archival tissue. A lot of people use this for their photos, to put in between. They use it to line their shelves for their china, to store different things in. I did contact Jane, and she said as long as it's, a transparent tissue paper, it can be, you can use whatever. So I made the purchase for that. And what I want to do is I want to add some of that to this. And I guess I'm just going to rip it. I could probably glue glue it down on my paper and then rip it. But I figured I would just do it like this. I am nervous about this because I don't know if it doesn't come out right. There's really no fixing it. So, and I just want a little bit on here just to take away some of that harshness. So maybe if I do that. And then these birds are going to be going over here like this. So I just have to decide if I want to put this right here on the end. So this is my thought. I put the tissue paper there. Hopefully it'll be transparent enough. And I want to put this here like that. I could cut this. I could cut it down, move it over, because I do want to have a little bit on this side. So maybe I'll do that. I'll just move it over here to that seam. I have Mod Podge, because again, I referred to Jane. I feel like such a newbie at this. I mean, so many people have worked with this medium before and their glue. I haven't. So I took my Mod Podge, because like I said, I referred back and Jane said Mod Podge is good to use. And I watered it down a little bit. I didn't want it to be really, really thick. And I'm just going to kind of do it this way. Just to get some down. And then I'm going to go over the front as well. And I don't care if there's wrinkles in it. I do like that look. Now, I had tried this before on a regular piece of paper. I didn't water it down, and it really came out dark. So this I like. And I'm going to dry this just a little bit. I'm going to put that back here. I haven't had good luck with liquids on my desk. I've been spilling them. So I have my heat tool here. I'm going to save you the headache of having to listen to this. So I'm going to just step away for a minute and I'm going to heat this up and I'll be right back. All right, so that's nice and dry now. It didn't take very long, maybe 3 minutes. And I think it dried quickly because the water was mixed with the Mod Podge. So I'm going to flip this back over here like this, and I'm going to do the front here first. So I have these really pretty German stickers that I really love. Don't ask me where I purchased them. I don't remember. Probably from somebody on Instagram, but I couldn't tell you who. But these I've had, and oh, that came through just a little bit on my front cover, but maybe it's just moist. But I've been wanting to use these. I just think they're so pretty. So I'm going to. And then on that didn't come through. It's just, I don't know what, it must be the heat. So on here, I want to keep these open because I just like the color of these. And so I have this little one cut out. And then I have some little pieces here. I just think she's awfully pretty. And once again, I can't find my pin. Has a white top to it. And every time, oh, here it is. Every time I take it out, I'm going to put it right here in the dark. I take it out and I set it on my little background white top here, and I can never, you'd think I'd learn. I'll put a little bit right here. So this journal will be going back over to Liz shortly. She's on holiday right now, and we agreed that I wouldn't mail this over to her until she got back. She didn't want it sitting around, and I can understand that. So I thought I would get these. I thought I would get these done. These again are part of the German sticker pack there. I don't know if you noticed, but there were also different. These are bleeding. No, these are fuchsia. So some very pretty florals that came with that as well. And you know me with my flowers and my florals. And then I have this cute little sticker here with the bee on it. It says be kind. I thought I'd put that on there because that's always a nice little, you gotta be kind. Okay, so there is the fronts of the little envelopes. I just think they're, and I wanted to tie, you know, the greens in and the floral with Liz's page here that she did with her green. I just thought that would be just a nice little tie. And you can see why I wanted to add that little butterfly, just to bring some of the tones over here. Okay, so let's do the inside here. These I'm just going to stick on straight away because I'm not going to be wrapping anything around these. And I don't know if I should have put, there we go. Just going to line it up. and I use this darn glue that glues quite quickly. So this mama's gotta, she gotta move her butt. All right, that's good. I guess it doesn't really matter if I didn't bring it forward all that much. So maybe what I'll do, let me see if I can get my little brush in here. I might be able to, and I might not be able to. I don't want to rip it. So I think I'll do this one first. Do it there. So if I don't line it up exactly, I wanted that to overhang just a little bit, and I think I'll do this a little bit different. Okay. That's all right. That is okay. All right. So that is done. Okay. So for the embellishing of these, I thought I would use my in the ink. There's some pretty butterflies that I want to use. I thought these would be really fun. They're just kind of dark and just add another element, just a different little element of contrast to this here. So I want to add, I have these labels, and I want to add these labels as well here. And I don't mind if the wings kind of come over the edge. So I just have to decide what ones I want to use. So I think these are, what did I say these were? These are about 2 1/4. So maybe this one here I could cut. Maybe that one there, and then maybe this one here. But I like this one as well. Maybe I'll do this one up here. This is kind of, this is a little different. Whoops. I'm going to cut that end off there. And this I'm going to put back in my book. If you saw my this will, I can say my last video. Maybe not. If you saw my recent Etsy shop share, you'll see halfway through where I showed you how I'm storing my digitals. I'm storing them in that 3D 3-ring binder. Just for the fact that it makes it easier for me to flip through if I just make a pile, or I cut everything out and I put them in bins, you know, the little white plastic bins, etc. I miss a lot of things. So for me, I think it's going to be much easier to store my digitals in that 3-ring binder, and then I can just go through and thumb through it. Yeah, I like those. I think those are pretty. So again, these are from In the Ink. And you can find Nina on Etsy. And I do have her link in that Etsy shop share video. And then we have that one. And I think those are pretty just like that. I don't think we need anything more because this side is going to be somewhat busy because I'm going to have this here and I'm going to have my birds here. So I don't think we need anything else. And I think these might be stickers. Yep, they are. If I can get them. And I started a new slow stitch project too last night for one of my pages in the yo-yo journal. So I got to kind of get moving on that. And if I know I have a timeline, I'll make sure I get it done. Last night I worked on it while we watched the US Open. We watched Francis Tobias again, the American that is doing so well. I hated to see Nadal get beat because Nadal's always been my favorite. But I just really like this Francis Tobias. He's a super player. So he won. We tape it. We don't watch it live. We tape it and then we can fast forward or do whatever. Watch whoever we want. So that's what I do during I needed to do something during the tennis. All right, so here are the two little pockets. They are done. All right, now let's do this page here. So my thought process on this is to put these little birds here, and then I cut out some of the branches that they were on. And I know this is a little bit thicker and it doesn't want to stay shut all that well, but that's okay. I might take a little bit of ribbon and just tie this here when I'm all said and done. So let's get these. I just want to make sure that this, because this is going to go right to I looked at this. Oh, I know what I was doing that there. I didn't know if I wanted this to stick out over the end, but I don't care about that. I knew something overlapped. I have some fun ideas for Liz's book when she sends it back. But I have to practice. I saw a technique in Jane's book. I want to start doing more items like in Jane's book, because I really like her artwork. And okay, so I'm going to get a paper. I'll use this one. I want to just get this down here. Sometimes it's nice to have, you know, the same colors, just a little different contrast on your paper like this. It's just nice. All right, so, and I'm just debating whether I want to, I'll go around the outside on here. I think I'll just put some on the larger sections here just to hold it down. And just kind of line this up here. Bring that down just a little bit, because I kind of want these. Yeah. All right, so let's get this down. All right. And I guess I won't be, you silly Nellie. I won't be putting a ribbon through that, will I? So I'll have to think of something else. I don't really need to put anything down, but I don't want it to, I'm going to have to think about that, what I might want to do here. I think I might know what I want to do. I'll just have to see if I have the right, I could always put a couple little magnets there. But I'll have to see if I have the right size. I don't want it to stick up on this page here. So, all right, well, let's finish this, and then we'll work on that other dilemma. So I'm going to add this here. This is the other part of the branch that is on there. And I'm going to get my paperweight just to hold this down. My little giraffe there. And I'm wondering if I might not want to add another butterfly. I don't know if I want to do a butterfly label. This one might be kind of fun because it has the reds in it. Or I could take, I have a lot of the German butterflies that could go with this one as well. Let's see here, but I have to get the right size. These are all large, large, large. I have some here that are already cut. So let's see here. I don't want to add any blues. That's going to go there like that. I have a little bit of a layering. A little bit of a layering here. I think I may want to use, because these are so nice layered, I think that would look, and it would tie them all together. So let's go back, and I think I will try, I think I'm going to try this one. I think this one will be, I think this will work out just fine. You're probably wondering, and maybe not, why I'm using my big scissors. I can get bigger runs. I'm just looking to see here if this is round or if it's a square. I'm going to do this with it. I can get bigger runs when I have a longer item to cut. I don't have to, you know, just keep cutting little cuts. So okay. And I think I'm going to cut this part off. That just doesn't seem to fit. It doesn't seem to fit. So that's going to go like that. This I'll put like that. And let's see. I have been using these as well. I just feel it needs just a little something more. I don't know, what do you think? I can soften the corners on that. That I can bring down like that. I think maybe I'll go that route. I think it just needs just a little something something. So what I'm going to do, because I'm a stickler for I just want to make sure that that gets over that. So I'm going to do it like this. All right, now we're going to put this on here. Sometimes you just need a little extra layering. To make it all come together and give it that little extra special look. Okay. And then I'll put I don't know what their bar. It is so foggy here this morning, and it's 9:30 a.m. and the fog is just rolling in more and more as the morning is going on. You can probably hear my dogs. Daisy sees things outside and she's like, she has a fit. She's a good watchdog. But you could probably, I have my door closed. If you can hear her barking in the background, you know how loud she is. Okay, so that's done there. And I do like that. Okay, and then on the inside, I have another little, pretty little fairy. We're just going to put her, I call her, we'll have her as the little flower fairy. And she's just going to be hanging out on the left-hand side here. And then I can journal on the right-hand side. And then this little saying here says, in the spring rain, the pond and the river have become one. Yosabusan. I think that's how you pronounce it. But I like that saying, that little quote. There. That's pretty. So there's an idea for your, if you want to use a doily. The only thing I would suggest is to use, 2 or 3 of them together. So now I'm going to see about a closure for this. So I don't know if I have the right size magnets. I just thought of that. So let me step aside and I'm going to see if I do. And then if I do, we will attach them. All right, the magnets are not going to work out. I have these here, but they don't magnify. That's not what the right term is, but they don't attach really well. Then I have, which I don't know what I did with, I have little tiny, oh, right here. I have these, and these are wonderful, but you can see how strong they are, but they're too thick. So I have to get some that are actually this size here. So I'll have to order some. So that's not going to work. So I thought about it and thought about it. I looked at my other hardware. So I thought, you know what? This is really feminine. It's very pretty. So I went and got some ribbon that I use for my ribbon embroidery. And I looked at all the colors and I think this will match quite lovely with everything. So what I did was I got out my 5-hand sewing needles. Look at that, 30 cents way back when. And I'm going to feed this through. I made 2 holes for each side, and I'm going to, I just want to see how much I'm going to need. I'm just going to feed this through so I can tie it up top here. So that'll be the top. I think maybe I'll start with doubling it, and that should be okay. If not, I can use it to embroider with. So I'll set that aside. If there's a will, there's a way, right? When you're trying to come up with a solution, you just have to see what is going to work best. Let me move some of this stuff here so I can, so I'm going to want to go through here. Watch me rip and tear this. And I really don't want to go, I guess I could go through the doily, but I didn't really want to. See, it's starting to, see, I was afraid of that because I have the, I think what I'm going to have to do, I don't want to get my head in the way here. I think I'm going to have to lift this up a little bit and then re-glue it if I can. And I may not be able to. But I don't want to catch those doilies. So here we go. All right. I just want to see if this is the way I want to do it. So see, I'm going to have to glue these back. I think this will be fine. Because remember I told you how I used 3 or 4 pieces of doily that were connected together. So I'm not going to glue it yet. I'm going to glue this here. We will get that glued. And we will get this glued after the fact. See, I could have just raised that up. Could have another little pocket back here as well, but I don't want to do that. That's for another day, right? That's for another day. Okay. And then I will feed this. Now I'm wondering if maybe I shouldn't put a couple eyelets here. And then hold that all together, and then it will be easier to feed through, right? And if I had known this was going to come apart, I could have put a couple eyelets here. All right, let me get my, I'm going to add a couple eyelets here to this. All right, I added the eyelets. For that, I used my large crocodile because the traditional one that everyone uses, it didn't go far enough inside. And that's why I like this really large one, because you can bring your paper back as far as you want. So I had to use that for this one, and I think that worked out really well. So now I can just feed this through. And tie this off. And then I'll be able to cut a little bit of this as well. I want to leave enough so I can always make a nice, I can make a nice bow and get my thumb out of the way. There. And I'm going to let that, I'm just going to let that hang down like that. There. So there, now I have a nice little closure, and I have a little bit of extra color there. So I think that came out quite lovely. Wasn't quite sure. I had a nice idea what I wanted to do. And I think it came out very nice. Then I can just take these out to write on. And then when I'm done, I can just close it right back up. And I did leave, and make sure I left enough ribbon here to make a nice little bow. Some people make bunny ears. That might be a little bit easier on this one, but there. So that is the conclusion of today's yo-yo journal. I have another page down. So now I have, so this is one. Let's see what else I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 more pages to go. And then once I complete the 5 pages, it gets sent back to Liz, and she will do her 10 pages, and then it gets sent back to me for good. So I want to thank everyone for joining in today. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. If you liked it, I'd love to have you give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And please comment and let me know what you think of this. All right, everybody, have a great day. Bye-bye.